In this video, I will explain why we are using playlists, how playlists are beneficial to you, and how you can get the most out of learning from playlists. Let's get started. Playlists are going to help you learn at your own pace. What that means is, if we were to all be sitting in class with me explaining the class, taking notes, and then I'm ready to move the class along, if you didn't understand, that's bad. You don't get the chance for me to repeat it, maybe once or maybe twice, but then I move the class on and I keep going. What playlists do is allow you to go back. If you didn't get something the first time, watch the video again, or read the definition again, or look at the image again. It doesn't force you to move with the whole class if you're not ready, and it also lets you go faster than the rest of the class if you learn something more quickly. So the best thing about a playlist is you get to learn in the best way for you. Playlists have multiple benefits in addition to what I just explained. Number one, students can learn in their own way. So if you learn better going quickly, great. If you learn better going slowly, that's great too. Number two is students can repeat lessons if they need to. As I said, if you need to look at something again to really get it, go for it. That's the beauty of the playlist. It also keeps absent students from falling behind. You won't miss the material anymore. You won't miss the notes anymore. You can just follow along with the playlist and you stay caught up. So sometimes when a student, breaks a bone or something and they're out for a while, they're not going to risk failing out of the class. They're going to be able to keep up with their work. And most importantly, and my favorite, it makes classwork more individualized. Work becomes about you and how you learn and how you like to learn and how you're able to learn instead of me telling you how to learn. So let's take a look at a sample playlist. Here's one here. This is a sample playlist for atomic structure. Yours won't look exactly like this, but I can still give you the tour. At the top, you'll see the TEKS that we're trying to master. And remember that TEKS are the standards that the state of Texas says that you have to learn and that you have to master for the STAR test that you'll take in the spring. Notice at the top I've got one that says 8.5A and one that says 6.5A. What that means is, although you're in 8th grade studying 8th grade material, you're still referring back to some 6th grade material. So some stuff that you learned for the first time in 6th grade, you're building on that knowledge now. And so this playlist helps you understand what new information are you learning and how does that tie into some information that you've already heard. So that's really, really cool. Taking the rest of the tour, you'll see here that we have task. That's easy. The task is simply going to tell you what do you need to do next. This is where you'll find instructions. This is where you'll find directions or hints or tips or tricks if there is anything like that, so that you don't have to ask me. That means you don't have to wait on me. If you're ready to go, you can go. You don't have to wait on me. Alrighty, what's next? Take a look over here and you'll see teacher sign off. What that means is when you complete a task, say that you have this one done, woohoo, I have that one done. You'll raise your hand. That part is very important. Raise your hand to get my attention. You don't have to shout. You don't have to come to me. Raise your hand from where you are. I will come over to you and I will take a look at what you've completed. If I like it and if I feel like you learned the material from doing that activity, I will simply sign off right here and I will send you on to the next task, and you'll do that every single time. Notice on some of these, you've got these QR codes or these links down here, depending on what device you're working on. That will take you to the video. This right here, notice how it's blue, so it looks different than some of the other ones. If you're using this playlist on a computer from Google Classroom, you can click right on that link and it'll take you to what I want you to get to. So this works for everybody. If you are working on a desktop computer, you can click on that right there. If you're working on a device, you'll want to scan this, or you can type this in and it'll take you to what you need to do. The playlist walks you through everything. You know when there's an exit ticket, you know where to find your stuff, you know where to glue it, but take a look here. This part is very important. You also have more than one option of how you want to learn that material. So if watching the video or doing a reading doesn't work for you, you're more than welcome to see me for that lesson, and I will walk you through the material and I will take you through the notes myself. Again, anytime you need me, you raise your hand and I'll come to you, and then if we need to move to a different part of the room, we can do that as well. What else do we have here? Oh, let's talk about learning targets. Notice I've got learning targets here, here. There's another one at the bottom, but you can't see it on here. Learning targets break the TEKS down into smaller chunks. So I circled this up here. You know that you have TEKS that you have to learn, but you also can complete these learning targets that I starred, which help you understand what exactly you're trying to master. What are you trying to become an expert at by doing the task that's underneath it? So this playlist is very easy. It takes you through step by step. You know exactly what you're supposed to learn. You know exactly how to learn it. And you've got some choices and some options within the playlist. If you still have any questions, watch this video again or raise your hand and I'll come help you out.